live? Hey chat, are we live? Let me know. I can't even see the stream. OBS is being like super weird, so let me know if we're live. Hey, that's great news. That's such good news. Wow. Oh, we're undead? Oh, fuck. Are we the chosen undead? Is this a Dark Souls situation? We're gonna wait for people to filter in. We're listening to the demos for the safe room tracks I did for the Deluge pack. And we're looking at my new merch. Redlist. Red means recording. .threadless.com. Look at this merch. Wow, you're the first people to see it. Wow. Yeah, this is the new shit. I talked about this in some upcoming videos, but these were designed by Steve. Shut up. There we go. These were designed by Steve, Hyena Blood on Blue Sky. Go follow them. There'll be a link in, well, their names in these right here. Right. Where is it? Oh my god. Oh yeah, right here. Wow, this is really, really hard to see. So the Stronger Together design, and there's like tons of them. I'd only put like a few of colors and stuff on the thing. This one, all the money goes to these people. Trezan's Lifeline, American Civil Riz Union, and Doctors with Riz, American GAT Liberties Union. Anyways, so this is a pure charity one. Everything from this goes to charity. And hopefully it encourages people to join up to do things together, you know, just normal activities together, fun activities together. And then we have this one, which is not a charity thing. This is the M31 design. It's pretty fucking cool. We got Space Fox. There's a Buchla back there. There's a Cascadia. There's another keyboard. There's a bunch of shit, you know? It's pretty cool. Pretty classy. Again, designed by Steve. He's just a really great designer. And we got this on the back. Yeah, good shit. So, merch drop, and there's a little sticker too. This little one. Look at this. Wow, 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 wow. Look at him. Go do stuff. Go do it. Go do it. So that's that. So what is this stream about today? Well, this stream is about the monthly challenge we do for Discord. In the Discord, the Red Means Recording Discord, which you can join by joining the Patreon for the lowest amount. We started doing this year a monthly challenge where I have a series of prompts that I'm pulling from, and yeah, everyone just makes a track if they want to, and then at the end of the month we do a stream. So is this done yet? I'm exporting a video I did for this one. This one got a little out of hand in just terms of energy. So this month is surrounding this concept, this shit that you're hearing in the background, safe rooms. So basically, like in Resident Evil, whenever you would hit a place where you could save, there was a little theme that played, and very iconic and kind of soothing, but not 100% soothing. So I made a pack for the Deluge surrounding that, and then I was like talking to the Discord about the challenge, and they were like, hey, you know, the only place that we can find safe room music is in Resident Evil. Can we open this up a little bit more? And we did. So it's more like liminal music, liminality, where like things like pause screens, inventory screens, character creation screens, some of those places in video games where you're just like not really engaged in the game mechanics, yeah, the Discord is behind a paywall. I think I mentioned that it's the first level of reward on Patreon. So if you join the Patreon, you can join the Discord. Where was I? Oh yeah, so that's what it is. It's Liminality, and everybody has their own sort of take on that. We've got a total of 26 submissions for this one, much bigger than the first one. And I think if I can talk to everybody and convince them to do this, we may put this out as a series of free looped tracks for people to use in their music. Excuse me, people to use in their games and stuff like that. So we'll talk about that in the Discord. If you want to get involved, I will be announcing the next challenge at the end of this one. The next prompt, I guess. It's not really a challenge. It's just do whatever you want. There's no fucking rules. Except for the rule of the challenge. Are we done exporting from Premiere yet? 4 more minutes. I gotta talk for 4 more minutes. Yeah. Let's see what else. So, these tracks, one thing I learned about making tracks for these situations in games is that you generally want to get to the point fast. A lot of people think of music as something with a beginning and a start and end, and that is something that can exist. But with this music, you need to get into the concept fast, and you need to not really build so much as create an evocative mood immediately, and then have that be interestingly presented over the period of around 2 minutes. You do not want to wait to the end of your piece of music to get to the point, because this music's to be experienced in a loop, right? The Discord is a reward for Patreon. If you want to join the Discord, you can join Patreon. That's how it works. What was I going to say? Yeah, so a lot of times we'll want to make a piece of music that is building and stuff like that, and it has a verse, chorus, verse concept. That's not really what we want to do with video game music, at least, and a lot of this was inspired by video game music. So, think about an environment. You're creating environmental music. The environment and vibe should be really clear from the beginning of the track or the piece of audio, and then can kind of develop and breathe a little bit as you go on. And one thing I've also found is that if you think about it as a loop, and leave a lot of space in between things and kind of just let it breathe and live on its own, then you can also export it as a loop in Ableton. There's a render as loop function, which will take all the stuff from the end of your track that may have hung over, what do you call it? Reverb tails, stuff like that, and put it at the beginning of the loop. So it can be a little jarring depending on how you've written your thing, but it also helps it become seamless, which is really, really, really great. For those of you that didn't write your piece like that, if we want to release this as a thing for for games or for use in visual novels and media, then we can always, you have time to go and loop it if you want to. I can probably do it on my end, though it'll probably take a while for me to actually get to that point, to have time to do that sometime later this month or something like that. I'm not really in a rush to do that, but I do think we should probably release it. You'll hear there's some really just fantastic pieces of music in here, really evocative stuff. People really knocked it out of the park. So as soon as this is done, oh no, I had a terrible moment. Somewhere in here there is something that is very processor intensive. Yeah, what else? I don't really have anything else to say. I'm going to Costco today. I'm excited about that. What are you all doing today? Besides this. I know you can't really respond super quickly, but I'll just wait here. I'll just stare into the distance of my computer, and you can tell me. What other things are there? There are examples of liminal music. Costco is exciting. I know. I fucking love Costco. You're right. Favorite Costco item? That's a really good question. Holy shit. Giant pack of Costco croissants. I feel like going hiking. That's a really good idea. It's a beautiful day here. I wish I was going hiking. You're on Amtrak currently in New Mexico heading to Los Angeles. Los Angeles. Man, y'all have some good plans. This is good. Work day 6? Oh no. I'm sorry that you have to work. That sucks. Toilet paper? I have a life hack for you, the crazy rabbit. It's called a bidet. If you haven't experienced bidet, please invest in bidet because your life will never be the same. Bidets are the greatest thing ever invented, and toilet paper is still necessary, but as a tool of cleanliness, it is barbaric. Absolutely fucking barbaric. You do not want to deal... Your ass doesn't want to deal with it. Nobody wants to deal with that shit. Costco hot dog. I have not had a Costco hot dog before. B-Day. You might move a bookcase? Where? You just scoot it? Is it hiding a hidden passage or something? Oh my god, the time just went up. This is why I need to allow myself more time to get this shit done. But don't not get a bidet. Bathtub also works as a bidet. That is an interesting comment. I'm not trying to yuck your yum, but I don't think I'd want to use my bathtub in that manner. Yeah. Everyone talks about the chicken bake at Costco. How's that chicken bake? Have we fucked with the chicken bake? It's supposed to be good. I don't know. We need rice and bread flour. We're making pizza, and we keep on running out of bread flour. So we need a big old bread flour. And also always like to look at what do you call it? Always like to look at if they have any fun random shit, you know? How do you do on the Costco check? You get back toward your renewal. I usually pay off more than half of the renewal cost. Buying gas there helps a lot. Oh yeah. That's a good question. I think sometimes we, have gotten our rebate has, handled the whole thing, and then other times it hasn't. It really depends. Pot pie from Costco is awesome. It's true. However, we have gotten to the point where we are good at making pot pie. So, we no longer are, we are no longer bound by the pot pie at Costco. We can make a regular pot pie. It's fucking good. But you can also make, what do you call it? Curry pot pie. We made a buttered chicken pot pie that was super good. You can make pot pies out of anything. Adam, that sounds amazing. This keeps going up, y'all. All right, I'm just going to play it in Premiere. That's it. Fuck it. I think I might try to export this at some point. That was a jump scare. I might try to export this at some point to share. Because I made little pixel art for everyone. Some of this won't play very well in Premiere, but it'll give us at least something. Yeah, curry pot pie, super fucking good. There's a couple variations on it. But basically you can make anything into a pot pie, really. Delivery cat food from Costco. That's legit. I wish you could get cats delivered from Costco. Just get a cat. Okay, let's pray that this doesn't mess up our, what do you call it? Having a stream going isn't doing our encode pipeline any factor. Yeah, and now playing this back in Premiere probably isn't going to do anyone any favors either. But I went through the work here, so let's get started. We have about an hour and 15 minutes of music to get through, maybe a little less. So I'm going to start off with one of mine. I actually did 3. So this is something I did inspired by. This is the first one I did, inspired by Elden Ring's Firelink Shrine and Roundtable Hold music. As you'll hear, it's very evocative of that. So here we go. Yeah. Lots of intimate textures and primary strings from Heaviosity and Slate and Ash, to be specific, and then combining that with harp and chimes and all the other stuff I use for the Elden Ring music is just, it's kind of easy at this point. It's a really like evocative style that like is not hard to pull off. Okay, next up is from Aetherfox. It's called Solitude. For my submission, they tried to emulate the Resident Evil style, but with some added drums. They say, I don't usually make music like this, so I had to edit myself a lot, and most importantly, embrace minimalism. This space I had in mind was a tucked-away save room in an underwater cave. Underwater caves were a very popular, touchstone in here, and I could not find a lot of art of underwater caves. So I paired it with something that, when I heard it, it made me think of. So this is Aetherfox's Solitude. Someone, that's great. I love it. Someone mentioned the noise on top. One of the things about video game music that I didn't realize until I did the Elden Ring thing was that a lot of it has diegetic sound in it. It has like sound of wind or caves and stuff like that. So when you're trying to build a piece for a specific situation, it's not a terrible idea to put a little bit of diegetic sound in it, which I think was very well done there. All right, next up is Whispering Cosmos. This is Necronom 6. VI is 6, right? IV is 4, VI is 6. I don't know. Anyways, so I wanted to do a space-themed one, they say. The title is a place I used to roleplay online. It all started with a recording of a spoon against metal, processed through Paul X Stretch to make that dissonant sound to signify the space that is looming beyond the walls of the station you are walking in. Then, with the Deluge, the Ambient Zero and the Korg M1 sample someone shared in the Discord built the track. The chimes are an M1 bell through the granular effects mixed and mastered in Ardor afterwards. So, this is Whispering Cosmos Necronom VI. Love that sound. Has a Metroid kind of feel with that low bass. Oh yeah, those atonal chimes are so well done. I can totally hear exploring like a overworld or a space station in Metroid to this. Oh, totally. Yeah. Nice little modulation. That's good. Nice little return to the beginning. This piece brings up an interesting point, a good point about on how it presented its melodics, and that is like sometimes you think that you should write in a particular scale mode for you like want to pick a scale mode to do something in, and that's great. Like if you write in like, you know, Phrygian or Locrian, you can get kind of a darker feel. And obviously that we have major and minor, but really something if you want to get kind of like spooky or interesting, or even certain types of like longing, it's best to mix modes and go from like majors to minors or rudely transpose between different minor keys. And I feel like that piece did that quite a bit in a good way. So nicely done. Don't want to spoil it. This next one is from Andrew Icum. Andrew Icum. He even says last name is pronounced Icum, and I just didn't even see it. I want to call you Elcum. Like we're gonna get out there and Elcum. The picture that came together while I was working on this was the save room immediately before you enter a big boss fight in tense action horror games like Doom, Resident Evil 4 through 6, Left 4 Dead. The song is tense but not active. Yep, that's how we like it. It is our one last chance to prepare before you exit the door on the other side of the room to face the boss you already know is there. It was built on the Deluge, mostly with the kits and synths from my safe room pack, and the base game from Innovation Peak. Nice. Okay. This is Andrew Icom's preparation. That's very tense. Nice. The lo-fi throb is perfect. Well, that's a really good idea, yeah. The bass is really good. The Peak is such a great synth. I can like hear, you know, like when dialogue goes down across the screen, sometimes it makes like a little sound. I can hear like two characters having like a conversation. The little dialogue sounds. I hope that makes sense. Played the filter live, as one does. Yes. It's a one thing that you'll always get a good result of if you play live. Very nice job. Very evocative and cool. All right. Next up is binaural bays warnings. They say, while I never did play the Resident Evil games, way too spoopy for me. I do know a thing or two about being trapped in the back rooms. Uh-oh. What do you mean? How much do you know? How much do you know about being trapped in the back rooms? Anyways, for this, I tried to capture the feeling of heightened dread while being in an environment like that. It sounds like you've been to the back rooms. If you have, you're legally required to tell us. Added bonus, you're exploring the back rooms, but during the spring in the Midwest. Okay. Is that good or bad? I don't know. Track was made on the Deluge with effects added from the SP4OK Mark II and Ableton. Forgot to mention I mangled some of the synths from my safe room pack. Okay, that's cool. Let's give it a try. This is binaural bays warnings. 26 years of Walmart? Okay, that makes sense. This is the sound of Walmart. Space on this is really good. I like the panning stuff that you did. Multiple drones panning around is great. Damn, this has got some tension. Have you not seen the pool rooms footage yet? The extension of the back rooms? Yeah, it's freaky stuff. Those are tornado siren samples. Nice work. I feel like this could be used in like an elevated horror movie when like it's slowly zooming in on like a character sitting in a car, like just like slowly zooming in on their face while something is like a realization is happening. It's got that hereditary A24 vibe. No, they got in the water. It also has some Atticus Ross, Trent Reznor vibes to it. I feel like this could be used in one of their soundtracks. This sounds like what I imagine watching Skinamarink feels like. I should have used footage from Skinamarink. That would have been the right thing for this. No, don't go in there. Of all the places you could go, don't go in there. Oh no, they're going in there. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, don't do it. Very well done. Very evocative. And really commits to the bit. I like it. Okay. What do I got next? K48R. Next up is Alistair's Abyss. Oh, Child of Saturn. Horror is like my #1 favorite thing. I love horror movies so fucking much. Okay, K48R. Alistair's Abyss. Is this the right one? Yeah, okay. Our protagonist has been stranded in an orbital facility that is tearing itself apart. They find themselves in a small pocket with air and supplies where they can gather themselves and plan for escape. I am so excited about watching The Monkey. I'm excited about that. Anyways, this track is heavily influenced by the classic sci-fi film Solaris by Tarkovsky. I was intrigued by the ANS photoelectric synth used for its soundtrack, so I found an emulator and used it to make the bass noise by feeding in a telescopic image of a nebula. Oh, that's cool. That's cool as hell. All right, this is K48R's Alistair's Abyss. I did not edit the trailer to this. It just seems to fit perfectly, so you really nailed it. Like, why does it go so well? I like the arrhythmia of this. It's clearly got a pulse, but it's not like perfect. No, her nose was very long. I'm putting Grandpa to bed. Yeah, very nice job. I think that arrhythmic pulse thing is really, really, really well done here. I like how it has like little clusters of musical stuff that kind of come in and out. Super, super cool. Nailed a vibe for sure. And it goes perfectly with the trailer when the trailer is sped to 60%. So I made 3 of these. I'm going to play a little bit of this one. This is my like cyber one. I'll just play a little bit of it. So you're going to hear things kind of pulsing in and out. One thing I like to do with this kind of music is have musical systems like arpeggios and kinds of things like that. And then I'll put LFOs on things that mix them in and out. So there'll be a constant sort of like sinusoidal relationship between these different elements. It's a really, really easy way to make sort of complex elements come together. And learned it from doing modular stuff, basically like putting things through a VCA and then using slow LFOs on that. So that's the hack. It's either hacking or like some kind of cyber thing. If I had found the video of them like rebuilding Shepard, I would have put that in there. Next up is Sock Puppet. Sock Puppet says, I don't really have a lot to say about this track, since I don't play a lot of games with a safe room mechanism to begin with, because real life is already anxiety-inducing enough. Yeah, but what if you could have a safe room? What if you just had a little room and it had a big trunk in it full of blankets and a typewriter? I think that would be pretty cool. They say, shut up, Peter. Heaviosity stuff? Some of it, yeah. It was actually a mix of stuff. Sock says, so I thought I'd capture the tension of being in a room where you're trying to get away from the world but can't completely forget about it. That's every room I'm in. Here's Sock Puppet's safe room. Nice chord progression. Also, I love the sort of like, is it a nylon guitar? I like the instrument selection here is really cool. It's like kind of Uncanny Valley's, what do you call it? Uncanny Valley acoustic, which is one of my favorite genres of sound. That's noir? Okay. Bleep. Ooh, the layering on the melody is nice. Yeah, that's cool. And then dropping back to the one layer. Yeah, that's nicely done. It's like the save room after a really, really bad thing happens. You know, like sometimes you'll get an opportunity to save your game and collect your thoughts after like a really like, you know, kind of bad thing happens in the game. You get a cutscene, someone dies, something like that, and then you get a chance to sort of like soak it in. That reminds me of that kind of situation. Okay, nicely done. Next up is from Rust Puppy. This is called Hidden Clearing. Survival horror, but you are the monster. Whoa, fucking twist. Holy shit. As the night... Oh, he wrote a little story. Here we go. Okay. As the night drags on, you notice a familiar scent leading you to a break in the patch of tall grass. Too small for the hunters to notice by sight alone. On the other side, the trees have been cleared from a small area, hidden from sight by natural barriers. We need oscillator sync to do this. On the stumps, a series of icons made from the bones of small animals allow you to change your build. Looking up reveals the night sky. Listening reveals messages from the rest of your kind as you try to survive the night together. This is werewolf coded. Come on, obviously. There's exactly one synth in here, a sine wave pad, and everything else is a mix of live sound, mostly guitars, live acoustic, tremolo, picking, and some EBO action, and instrument libraries recorded on a MIDI controller where possible to let it breathe more. I wanted a Finnish cantella for the main instrument, but I settled on a hammered dulcimer. You fool. Can you imagine settling for a hammered dulcimer? You fucking idiot. There's an ass load of reverb and pulse stretch for the sound design. The cymbal swell is a backward reverbed breath. Cool. I do like the world building. I think that can be a really important thing when doing this. So let's listen to the werewolf song. Gotta get those dulcimers drunk. This is great. It's not quite Diablo. It's Diablo coded. It reminds me of fucking Blasphemous, that side-scroller Metroidvania game. This feels like Blasphemous. Castlevania 64, yeah, I can see that for sure. I like the space in it, like the ceiling is very high. It's got a nice airy vibe to it, but there's a good orchestral low end to it. Yeah, I think Castlevania is definitely a good call. It's a good shout. Yeah, that held note is really cool. I'm a sucker for that type of harmonic interaction. Hell yeah, very nicely done. Very cool. Big emotion. Sorry, I have a burp. I had to do a burp. Okay, what's next? Here's Stickbug. You come over here. You can hang out. Next up is LF Dots. Even in the middle of the city, there are parks. Even in the middle of darkness, there is light, if you believe in it. I, at one point, suggested that we just name all of our songs for this. The long, the full thing we wanted people to feel, just like Fiona Apple album title, the whole thing. This one's also called, let's see. Wait, do I have this one? LF Dots, F and Disflame. Oh, I'm sorry. I skipped one. Next one is Finn Discflame, The World Waits for You. I was really captivated by the idea of how video games work in general. You can just stop in one of these safe areas and the action just pauses. The world, no matter how deep the lore is, no matter how realistic, will wait for you to get ready regardless of genre. Hence my genre-agnostic approach. But I did try and use the limitations of the medium to make it a looping piece of music you might expect to get sick of after a while. Entirely in the box because I'm broke, and some splice samples for drums and field recording pigments, Analog Lab V, Vital, and Citrus doing the heavy lifting, and then some reverbs. Cool. So this is Finn. Am I saying that right? Hold on a second. Finn Discflame, The World Waits for You. Cozy type beat. Yeah. Love the bass in this. So warm. It's anchoring me. Yeah, I like the snare too. It's got a cool reverb on it. Hell yeah. I almost wish the rain was louder. Like, I think we could probably make the rain be a little louder. Chill wave? Yeah, this is like retro chill wave, I'd say. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right, next up is LF Dots, Even in the Middle of the City. There are, let me get it right. Even in the middle of the city, there are parks. Even in the middle of darkness, there is light, if you believe in it. They say, right after doing January, I recorded an entire lo-fi album. After that, I realized I'd built up a large amount of music, energy, trademark, and wrote a song that had safe room energy, but it felt wrong. The day after, I came up with something like this. 2 weeks of small tweaking later, and I have this roughly 2-minute background music piece that in my head is both a symbol of relaxing in the middle of chaos and a propulsive sense of hope even in muddled times. Well, that is important. I came up with the second half first, and I think it loops much better with the contrast between the first and second halves. 100% Korg 1 in Cubases for iPad. Chow tape for some audio degradation. God bless the M1. It is still doing work even these days. A fantastic synth. This is LF Dots, Even in the Middle of the City. There are parks. Look, I took it literally. This has Earthbound vibes. I'm gonna sit down. Oh yeah. Inspired by that park bench. We sitting. Really cool chord progression here. Oh yeah. Nice layering. Nice. Yeah, and a little loop. Like, I think actually that would be perfect for a video game loop. I think that's really well done. It reminds me of some of the, like the atonality of it, like, really reminds me of, like, some early JRPGs. Like, again, like Earthbound or Mother. It's very cool. I can smell my dog. I can smell when my dog came in. He's a stinky boy right now. Statiscan is next up with a track called Liminal Forest. Forest glades can be wonderfully liminal spaces. They can. That's what I imagine with this track. You might be able to hear the forest breath, or perhaps its heartbeat. All OG OP1 tweaked stock sounds, chosen and laid down, knowing what I was going to do with them in Ableton Live. 90 BPM to be not in a big rush, which meant no overpowering rhythm was needed. Lots of room deliberately left in the arrangement, took advantage of Arturia's emulations to help make it sound like it was made 50 years ago. Vintage channel strips, mild tape emulation, common if modern reverb, my normal mastering chain, and all Ableton effects to polish it at the end. So here is Statiscan's Liminal Forest. Very relaxing. I needed this. Love that OP1 string synth. Can't go wrong with a 1/4 chord progression. It's just such a classic, chill thing. Hell yeah, Caitlin, that's awesome. Very nicely done, Status Scan. Nailed the vibe that you were going for. So, very well done. Next up is Matt Sparling with Airlock Reverie. They say a moment in between, not in a cockpit, but in an airlock or a connecting quarter, infrastructure, a waiting zone, solidarity between uncertainty. We are uniquely aware of our breathing. That's all we hear of ourselves. There are voices of transmissions like muffled ghosts. The world outside is reverberation and vibration. Echoes of low rumbles, of the ship settling and easing and twisting against itself. The heartbeat of the great machine. So we are in space. Let's go into space, y'all. Let's go. Ooh. This is super evocative. Nailing that space cowboy vibe. Yeah, I agree. The sound design in this is great. Yeah, those little tiny bits add up so well. This is fantastic. Stop breathing in my ear. I didn't consent to you breathing in my ear. Extremely well done. Very, very good. I like that. All right. Next up is Newell. Newell? N-U-E-L. Smoke Break in the Alley. When the Cyberpunk spy visual novel... Spunk? Oh, my God. Cyberpunk. When the Cyberpunk spy visual novel lets you step away from the undercover club infiltration level to have a ciggy and save your game. This is a Mother 32 for bass, virtual Oberheim SEM with a lot of tape wobble effects and acoustic guitar through guitar rig. Been thinking a lot about these kind of visual novels, so I felt like drawing something to go with this. Ended up making a little animated loop in Procreate Dreams. Newell. Thank you. Newell. So here is the Cyberpunk from Newell. Smoke Break in the Alley with their own visual. Oh, the little low pass filter on the door is a very nice touch. That's the crowd noise. That was well done. filtering is really nice on this. I like the way everything is kind of like subdued. I like how the drums never quite resolve. That's really important. Just kind of have them there. That was cool. A little pad. Nicely done. If you wanted to make that work for like game loops, you probably want to like remove that cool little like transition effect at the beginning, and then just have like the music kind of like seamless. But that was really, really well done. Super cool. Feels good. Next up is okay. Is it Izzy XZZY Zizzy? Zizzy. Tell me how to pronounce it. What is it? This is called A New Planet Waits Below. They say this one's about a miner traveling about the stars in a rundown frigate. They hop from system to system in search of ones that the market has demand for. These jobs are fraught, dirty, exhausting, and dangerous. This makes time aboard the ship the only chance for rest. An opportunity to admire the planet spinning below, filled with necromorphs, before having to brave its horrors. This was the first loop. It's Zizzy? Okay, cool. I did it. Pronounce however you want. That's the fun part. Fuck. I don't like choice. I like it when Daddy tells me what to do. This was the first loop I came up with after the challenge was announced. Was intended to be a test to see if I could get close to the genre. Dropped it after a few days to experiment with the other ideas, but they all stank, so eventually I went back to this. Yep. Two inspirations, The Awoken from Destiny and pause menu music from GTA 4. That's right, because GTA 4. Non-samples are from iPad synths. Vocals are leftover samples from last month's Sound Funds Challenge. And the fan drone came from Freesound. Guitar is from Decent Sampler Stella. Sequence with a mate. M8. Cool. This is Zizzy. A New Planet Waits Below. I didn't get quite the right visual for this. I can totally see what you were saying, though. It's like super evocative description. The little percussive things are really cool. Sound like little data transmissions. The beeps do sound like the Star Trek bridge. I agree. Warm pads. Nicely done. Very evocative to the theme. Nicely done. Next up is Bleep. Is that how you pronounce it? Is it pronounced Bleep? Bleep. Reprieve. Oh my god, how do you fucking say reprieve? Reprieve. Reprieve. Reprieve.
Reprieve.
Reprieve.
Reprieve.
Reprieve.
Reprieve.
Practice. Reparative. Reparative. It's not working, guys. Oh well, whatever. Reprieve. Bleep. Reprieve. Bleep says, you immediately forgot the sound of crawling and smashing and blood. I did not forget the sound of blood. I always remember it. This thought that you've been out of supplies for the past 2 hours already feels like a distant memory as you realize you finally made it. For now, at least, you can let the fear of every obstructed corner and dark spot sink into the back of your mind. You make sure the door is locked behind you as you rest on a dirty plastic chair, probably made before you were born. The screams of our aching muscles. The screams of your aching muscles. Why can't I read? I learned to read a long time ago, and I feel like I've gotten worse at it over the years. The screams of your aching muscle joints is muffled under the serene peace you feel just for this moment. You know you're quite literally not out of the woods yet, but for now, you're safe. Are we in the woods? This makes it sound like we're in the woods. Mostly just my own patches, except the main pad, which is squeaked from the Korg Triton Extreme VST. Hell yeah. Also some acoustic stuff that I don't normally use much. UVI Augmented Orchestra for some low strings and brass, and the Nor piano from NI. Both extremely good instruments. The bass is me, they say. The bleep is a bass. Literally. Notice that the majority of examples had some sort of movement within the texture, whether it be foliage or something musical. Correct. The latter ones tended to be interest to me more, so I wanted to pull it off without drums. So each section has a usually new thing to drive it. Yeah. Good shit. I love it. Let's get into Bleep's Reprieve. Oh, hell yeah. That's great. Ooh, a little spooky. That's cool. Oh, that's super cool. I love the addressing of the mid-range and lows in this. That's cool as hell. I like how many different moods you were able to sort of work in here, and they all weave together really, really nicely. I think mostly this is a really super great example of hitting the ground running in terms of the vibe that they want to have us feel. Like within like the first 2 or 3 notes, we really already have like a really good sense of what we're experiencing, which I think is important for this kind of music. Nicely done, Bleap. Next up is Lawn and Foster. 7 hours till dawn. That's a long time. I'm supposed to be asleep right now. Oh, we got a story. Nobody expected an entire monolith fire team this far south. Fortunately, the well-armed nutjobs weren't expecting a stalker either, giving you a split second to leg it before the air filled with lead. I don't have a good voice for this. Their pursuit was relentless. Their pursuit was relentless, and losing them required a diving into an underground complex full of mutants. I fucking hate that. The gunfire and the growling are no longer audible, and this room was once a secure lab with only one easily barricaded entrance. You risk a bit of light to take stock of remaining supplies. The protein bar, eaten it, and bottled water are sufficient. The remaining half mag for the Vintorez less so. What kind of gun is a Vintorez? This track was inspired by Stalker, they say. Oh yeah, that is a classic ass looking piece of machinery. The VSS is also called the Vintorez, literally screw cutter, a sniper rifle featuring a built-in suppressor. Wow, that's why it's so chunky. That's fucking crazy. I like finding out about weird new guns. That's crazy. Huh. I wonder if you could do anything to Elon Musk with that. Anyways, here is Lawn and Foster, 7 hours till dawn. Uh-oh. Hey. Spooky. Hello, white donkey. Ooh, nice. Hushwave. It's a new word. Ooh, harmonic minor. Nice. The piano really reminded me of Silent Hill. That's why I put this to Silent Hill footage. Also, the high string is a really classic survival horror technique. I can hear the I can hear like old Resident Evil or Silent Hill voice acting on top of this. I hate that the piano reminds me of... I'll wait until this is done. Fucking Dahlia Gillespie. The little piano line there reminded me of Madonna's like music, like boo 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 boo. Anyways, it's a bad brain thing, and we don't need to get into it. Nicely done, Lauren. Next up is Darter with the Varus Overworld theme. The inspiration for this was mostly the music for the Metroid games. My track here is a take on the style of sci-fi game overworld music. The feeling I am trying to evoke is one of unfamiliarity and isolation in a strange place. I love the Metroid overworld music. It's always such a cool thing. When a starship lands on an uncharted planet, we see a lone figure step out of the ship into an unfamiliar place. The environment is more alien than they would have imagined, and as the astronaut steps onto the planet, this song begins to play, and the player takes control to help the astronaut explore this strange place. Recorded in one take with 3 synth parts coming from one patch on the Polyend synth. Oh, cool. The drum track comes from the Zeptocore, also cool. I actually don't know where the sample I mangled came from. It was on the Zeptocore when I purchased it. Great. And they say if it's too long, we can cut it down a little bit. I mean, maybe. It depends on how we feel. We'll check it out. Oh, that's fucking crazy. Hi, Error. Your track is next. Nicely done. That, Zeptocore shit is wild. I feel like if this was going to be an overworld theme, it would be like if you could visit like different planets, and this was like the planet that had been like most corrupted by something. Like it was just like the Lake of Rot version of a planet, like of Elden Ring. The flood has been to this planet already, you know? A junkyard planet? Oh, I like that. Yeah, it could be like broken machines, like kind of like glitchy broken machines in the background. I could see that. That'd be cool. It's got this vibe. Someone please update the cyborgs. All right, I'm gonna pause it. We have experienced it. It's good. It's really cool. If you make a loop of this, we'll talk about the looping stuff in the Discord. What is this shit? Why am I getting an error? Sorry, y'all. We're having a little buffering error. Having a little buffering error. A little buffering error. Not really sure why. I mean, and are we back? Are we back? Are we okay? Can you hear me? Boo bop boo bee boo boo bop ba boo bee boo boo ba ba da bop. Why is my stream so bad? Oh, oh. Let me know when I seem to be back. Oh, now we got green. Okay, I think we're back. Okay, next up is my last one. I wanted to make a peaceful one. I made a sad one. I made a cyber one, and then this is the peaceful one. So this is like a Zelda rune, I guess. Couldn't find a good thing for it, but here we go. Dong. 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 This is my I wish I was making music for Hollow Knight harp parts. Dong. Dong. Next up is Error, who just came back playing the stream. This is called Lakeside. Not had a lot of musical energy this month. So my entry is quite simple. It's me playing the keys with MIDI doubled into piano V with some EFX fragments and also augmented piano, which is creating the strings on the sustained notes. In the background, I have some field recordings, a fancy name for some voice notes I found on my phone from when I was living in a house on the lake in Kenya. Silk Song. Yes, we are confirming Silk Song. It's coming out. All right, Error, here's your Lakeside. Oh, it's great. This is great. Love those intimate string sounds. This could use a bit more dong, though. Yeah, I agree. There is a situation. There is a situation with this. The minor key makes it clear there is a situation. Some Red Dead Redemption shit. Yeah, Fragments is doing some great work here. Hell yeah. Very nicely done. Very evocative. We do like an evocative situation. Next up is Information Tray, Celebrating Fear. I kind of missed out on the whole 90s survival horror thing, so I didn't have a lot to go off of for the safe room concept, so I went with the idea of pause music for a more modern sci-fi horror game. Started off with a retro rompler vibe, but it didn't really stick, so I threw that out and went modern. This is all contact instruments. So let's get into Information Trays, Celebrating Fear. Horizon Zero Dawn. I agree. I want to beatbox over this so bad. Drums better come back in, or I'm gonna have to beatbox. Thank you. Hell yeah. I make sure that everybody can hear me dong in space. Oh yeah, those drums are good. That's cool. Very, very modern cinematic. sniper is absolutely taking the shot. Yeah, and you managed to nail a retro vibe with this, despite not having used, despite not thinking that worked. So, good job. From a loop standpoint, I'd probably try to hit like the main stuff a little bit earlier, and then you can condense the whole thing. But it's also pretty good as a standalone piece. Next up is a star, a robot, red shifted. God damn it. Being fairly new to songwriting, I found this challenge quite difficult. That's understandable. It's different from the music I normally make, also understandable, but that's also what made this challenge fun. Understandable. I had to go through a few different iterations before I created this track that best fit the theme. I went with more of a sci-fi fiction theme, like something that you would fit in Mass Effect. Cool. This track was using the Polygon Play Plus, Polygon Synth, Korg Minilogue XD, and the Arturia Microfreak. All hardware. Ooh. Let's go. Oh, this one's not going to properly play. This is probably the one that's like slowed everything down because I tried to like put a super sped up. Why are you being so fucking weird? What is going on here? Why can't I type 100? What? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Can I just stick something in there? I hate video. Why does anyone video? Okay, here we go. It's cool. That's the ARP is a really good choice for this kind of thing because it just kind of keeps the energy like burbling in the background. Like if you want to do sci-fi, ooh, cool. Well, that's cool as hell. If you want to do sci-fi, sort of like liminal music, you can't go wrong with like a little like ARP like that. Does that qualify as a dong? Everything is a dong. I really like that crazy like noise percussion thing. That's really cool. Also, I'd say the arrhythmia of the way that the chords hit